Okay, you're the CEO of a car giant and you forecast a massive boom in EVs. You announce to the world that you'll become the world leader, racing ahead of Tesla by 2025. You place advance orders with your suppliers. You order new factories and convert old ones to make all those new EVs and components. And then, well, nothing happens. The orders simply fail to arrive in the numbers you need to repay your investment. In fact, you lose money on every single EV you make and manage to sell. Yet as CEO, you're safe. You keep your job, fantastic salary and bonuses. This is Dave Takes It On, and I'm Dave. Yes, the legacy car giants do sell some, but in such small numbers that becomes a cost, a drain on the finances. Tesla sell over 1.5 million a year. You struggle to reach 100,000. You get nowhere near the world leader, Tesla, but you do become top seller of the best of the rest. Worse still, you can't even sell all the ones you've already made. Your whole business model is simply not working. And then you find you no longer need all that new factory capacity and the conversions. That's several billion down the drain to start with. Then all your suppliers now demand payment for the parts they've made that you no longer need or want. And you end up having to pay them billions and billions. And when that loss approaches 10 billion, the warning bells sound out loudly. This is not working. When Tesla first went mainstream in 2017 with the Model 3, the entire world media and most of the car driving population said, yeah, okay, that's good, but just wait until the car giants get into gear. Tesla knows nothing about making real cars. The car giants will wipe out Tesla overnight. Yeah, here we are 9 years later, and you could add up all the car giants' EV sales outside of China, and it would not beat Tesla in this, a really bad year for them. Not a single one of the US car giants has delivered. In fact, the figures are nothing short of catastrophic. Ford, GM, Stellantis, the recognised US giants, and VW Group, BMW, Renault and Mercedes, the recognised European car giants, are the experts, and between them they have hundreds of manufacturing plants around the world, and not one can generate enough EV sales in the whole of 2025 to match Tesla. Most car brands produce less in the whole of 2025 than Tesla managed in Q4 alone, with their 4 gigafactories, 2 of them not yet ramped up to full capacity. Now, this video is not a pat on the back for Tesla, but a serious question for the legacy car industry. What went wrong? You had all the plans, you made all the right announcements, but nothing happened. What has gone wrong, and what is your future? Well, the problems stem from the fact that all the legacy car makers have always made all their profits from selling ICE cars and trucks. Has done for more than 100 years in some cases. And they regard themselves as the experts. They know their customers. They've got all their supply chains in place. Their dealers are geared up and hungry for sales. And none of them saw any advantage in even looking into EVs in any serious way. As recently as 2022, US giant GM, General Motors, had just 2 models for sale. The best-selling Chevy Bolt, which they announced they were discontinuing, and the Hummer. Ford in the same year had a pickup truck, a saloon car and a van. In fact, Ford US has stuck with just those 3 to this day in 2026. 3 models. It is only Ford Europe that's branched out a bit, with a total of 5 models on offer. One of those is a van converted to a MPV. So how does Ford hope to get its fair share of the world EV market for EVs with that lineup? And in Q4 2025, US EV sales crashed to virtually nothing when the very generous $7,500 IRA tax credit was withdrawn at the end of September. 84,113 EVs sold in 2025, the whole year. Ford US split their company into 3 a while back, and the 2025 profit and loss figures will show that around half the total profits for Ford Pro, the commercial part, and Ford Blue ICE cars were totally destroyed by Ford Model E, the EV part, and their huge losses. This is costing them big time. But let's just focus in for a moment on General Motors. Remember their CEO, Mary Barra, being praised to the skies by Joe Biden in 2021. You did it, Mary. You electrified the entire automobile industry. I'm serious. You led, and it matters. Well, at that time, GM had two EVs on sale. One was a monster of a Hummer priced at $100,000. The other was the Chevy Bolt EV. And that was in the middle of a full recall by the manufacturer, LG Energy Solutions. They revealed that their entire production, every single battery they had supplied to GM, had potential manufacturing defects and were unsafe. At the same time, Mary Barra predicted that GM EV sales would have overtaken Tesla by 2025. The reality is very different. If you're enjoying this in-depth look at EV manufacturing and want to join the growing number of viewers who follow this subject closely, then please subscribe. It is free to do so, but makes such a difference to YouTube. The more people who subscribe, the more people they show our video to. Well, General Motors sold just over 169,000 EVs in the full year 2025, but even that figure is a total lie. See, GM spread the risk by investing in China many years ago. It was the up-and-coming EV market, but nobody in China was buying GM EVs from America. Nor were they allowed under Chinese law to set up and operate their own factories in China. They could, however, enter into joint venture with an existing Chinese company as long as the Chinese controlled more than 50% of the company. Now, in reality, GM just poured money in and left the Chinese to get on with it, but were able to claim almost half of the sales and half of the profit that joint venture made. But over time, the Chinese realised two facts. First, even with this joint venture, they still couldn't sell their EVs into the US. And second, that they were much better at making EVs than GM ever could be. GM's input of cash had been very welcome, but they'd totally outgrown them. Well, today, China is rapidly pushing GM straight out of the door. Served its purpose for both at one time, but is no longer seen as an asset to either. GM's share of the new sales from the joint ventures in China are collapsing and also becoming a bit of a cost. In many instances, GM is just handing back their share of the venture, walking away. The billions they invested are today just yet another loss. Well, that leaves General Motors operating mainly in the US, and there, all their recently launched new models, an absolute flurry that was set to take over the EV world, well, they've fallen flat. The best-selling Chevy Bolt EV and SUV both have been discontinued, while the flagship new models, the Chevrolet Equinox, Blazer, Silverado and Optiq, the Cadillac Lyriq, Visiq and Escalade IQ, what is it with all their Qs? Anyway, the Hummer plods on and Sierra fails to excite. In Q4 2025, GM sold an amazing 25,000 new EVs. But astonishingly, they retained their position of the second best EV seller in the US in 2025. The number one, with just 5 models, was selling more than 418,000 in a quarter. So the big question that's emerging is not so much what went wrong, but how much longer can any car giant suffer such losses? Because they are by no means alone. GM is expected to report a loss of 6-7 or more billion from their transition to EVs, and that's huge. But the Volkswagen Group in Europe is projecting a sales revenue of over $320 billion and a net profit margin of just 2%. Work that one out. That's the forecast. They might not even reach that. Their debt is just gigantic at more than $300 billion, an increase of about 20% year on year. And the net cash flow is now forecast to be nil. Well, the final figures will be a month or so to produce and release, but they're not expected to show even a glimmer of hope. This is a massive group fighting tooth and nail to keep ahead of Toyota for the largest worldwide sales, and includes brands such as Volkswagen, Skoda, Seat Cupra, Audi, Bentley, Lamborghini and Porsche, with equally large but relatively unknown commercial brands and a software company, Cariad. The tariffs debacle in the US alone is hitting them with $3 billion in 2025 and forecast to be even higher in 2026. Hasn't stopped yet. Porsche and Carrier both add a further $1 billion loss. Then in the outlook for 2026, we see that EVs will continue to have a negative impact on profits. They're going to lose money, while also requiring massive new investments in new factories, battery plants, and building up supply chains. Plain English, more losses. So pick almost any legacy car maker and the story's the same, bad and getting worse. BMW did well initially, with almost 500,000 EVs sold worldwide in 2025. Well done, but that hides the crash in Q4. So even BMW, which was bucking the trend by making healthy profits, took a downward turn at the end of 2025 with the end of the generous IRA tax break. Tariffs and China all causing huge losses of market share. Q4, by the way, was down nearly 50% year on year. Mercedes-Benz showed a similar but smaller trend despite the launch of new EVs for 2026. Sales in the US and China both crashed dramatically in Q4, leading to an overall year-end loss likely to be down about 20% each. The German trend continues with VW's CEO Thomas Schaffer, who warned a delegation of 2,000 senior managers that the roof is on fire. We're letting costs run too high in many areas, and the next few months will be very tough. That's the CEO. Meanwhile, more recently, just a couple of months ago, VW's CFO, Chief Financial Officer Arno Antlitz, the man who should know better than most what is going on financially, said that the company has a year, maybe two, to turn around its financial crisis or risk potential disaster. He finished by saying the vehicle business is unwell. The two people right at the top of the leadership of the VW group both are warning of serious times ahead, major changes needed. A company can absorb losses to a degree. They nearly all do at some time, but they also need their periods of profit to balance the books. That is the question that needs to be asked. How many have enough capital and or credit to take them through this storm into calmer waters and better weathers? The clock is ticking. And there's no easy answer, but there is one fact that all of them are overlooking. The 2026 worldwide projections for EV sales is suggesting that up to 1/3 of all of the car sales throughout the whole world are likely to be EVs. And that means, in plain English, if they want to get in on a diminishing market, go back to ICE cars, or join in an expanding market, EVs, they need to make that decision quickly. My own view, they should be all in on EVs. They should learn how to make cars better. They should learn how to make them quicker. They should learn how to make them cheaper and get in on a booming market. 2/3 of the world is looking like it's going to be heading for EVs in the next few years or decades, and they need to have a foot in that door. Well, thanks very much for watching. I'm Dave. If you have enjoyed this, please click the like button. And also, if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Massive big thank you to all our members, Patreon and YouTube, for the support they give the channel. I'm Dave.